Ryan was the one that really brought everyone together.
How they're staying Ryan strong.
But we begin with a story only on 10 News right here. This is the face, well, that's not the face of a man accused of stealing family heirlooms and breaking one woman's heart. With the arrest, that comes with some mixed feelings as well.
Michael Chen finding out that when this woman, the victim, when she went digging into the suspect's background, she made a very disturbing discovery.
A thief on the prowl.
It's really upsetting.
Now an arrest, but Simran Noon
It's frustrating.
is still shaking her head. Months ago. This was her after video showed an intruder on a November afternoon hopping her fence in University Heights. He headed inside while her husband worked in a separate office.
His target was this dresser in the bedroom. He busted open a lock and then stole dozens of pieces of jewelry.
Many of them family heirlooms, these watches belonging to her father and grandmother. Then, recently, word of an arrest.
Probably relief more than anything else.
Christopher Caramusa arrested at a home in Vista. Noon says a license plate trace led to a break in the case, along with the relief.
Why?
Nagging questions.
Why are people like this allowed to be out on the streets?
Noon decided to do some digging, piecing together Caramusa's criminal past, going from courthouse to courthouse.
Battery and bodily injury, auto theft and joyriding, methamphetamine sales, domestic battery, DUI with bodily injury.
Among the host of convictions dating back several decades, a lewd act with a child, and a year before Noon's break-in, a charge for failing to register as a sex offender. In a previous case, he qualified as a possible three-striker but didn't get the last strike.
The system failed us in that effect.
It's not clear if prison overcrowding shortened any of his sentences, but we do know he was picked up on more charges since November. Noon hopes this time he'll get that third strike.
Criminals like him harm our sense of safety. I think he should be going away for a very long time.
Michael Chen, 10 News.
Well, we checked and there have not been any similar crimes in that area recently.
All right, Brian Schlonsky here inside the 10 News Live Center now with a check on breaking news and update to a story we've been following since 5:30, a house on fire in Santee. I want to take you to some video. This is coming in from Sky 10 just a few minutes ago. You see firefighters there in the front yard and smoke billowing out of multiple spots on the roof of this house. This is in the 9400 block of Slope Street. You might notice too on the left-hand side of your screen next to that firefighter, there is a what looks like a for sale sign there in the yard. At this point, we don't know if anybody was inside when this fire started. Also, Heartland Fire at one point calling for possible evacuations. You see they have what looks like 2 or 3 ladder trucks there in the street, multiple firefighters going in and out of this. So we will keep our eye on this and check to see if anyone was injured. Back to you, Steve.
Brian, thank you. We have new information in the San Marcos home invasion that turned deadly yesterday. The gunned-down suspect was just identified as a homeless man, Isidro Bazan Jr. He broke into a home yesterday while the family was there. The homeowner called 911. And when deputies arrived, Bazan refused to surrender. He threatened to kill himself and deputies. He then ran into the garage with his arm extended towards those deputies. One deputy shot and killed him. Bazan was actually holding a butane torch.
New details right now on the bales of mystery marijuana a Del Mar woman found during her stroll along the beach. And she's talking to 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina about this jaw-dropping discovery.
Perry and Carla Hayes were walking their dogs along the beach here when they stumbled upon the crime scene. She whipped out her cell phone and started making a movie.
And this is?
Watch and listen to her comments as she shot this video.
The one is open, the white one, and if you smell it, you can smell that it is in fact marijuana. And it goes all the way up this cliff and God knows what the hell it's doing.
The bundles of marijuana were in pretty good shape, sitting at the base of a cliff at the end of 11th Street, discovered just after dawn this morning. They checked out the one that someone had poked into.
Oh, it smelled great. Well, you couldn't smell it unless you had your nose right in the package, but yeah, it smelled wonderful. It was very sweet.
Fresh?
Very.
Lifeguards and sheriff's deputies loaded the pot onto the back of a pickup truck. The haul was estimated at 200 pounds, tightly wrapped. No apparent water damage.
And they were really duct taped a lot. And they were at least 3 feet long, 2 feet deep, and about 2.5 feet wide. They were bales, they were not bricks.
The marijuana was taken to an evidence locker. The smugglers, long gone. Carla, though, has a story to tell.
It's just not every day that you walk down the beach and see, $600,000 worth of marijuana. It just doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't. Steve Fiorina, 10 News.
New tonight, a plan is in the works to shake up the San Diego Unified School Board. The City Council is considering changing the rules so that board members can only serve 2 consecutive 4-year terms. Right now, there's currently no term limit. The proposal would also change how members are elected. Each district would choose their representative during a primary election instead of having the candidate chosen during the countywide general election.
All right, new at 6, filling up your tank in San Diego, a little more expensive than it has been in over a year. The average price per gallon is about $3.03. It was $2.49 a gallon this time last year. It's not been over $3 since January of 2016. So if you're looking to save some money, here's some of the cheapest places to fill up according to GasBuddy.com. The OAAI station on Valley Parkway and Midway Drive in Escondido, the mobile station in Ingram and Grand and Pacific Beach, that's pretty cheap there, and the Noel Energy on Cactus Road and Otay Mesa Road across from Brown Field.
A developing story right now. This little girl's family is devastated because the man who killed her while driving high, he's about to get out of prison early. Romeo Dumlau pleaded guilty in 2010 to gross vehicular manslaughter. He plowed into Cindy Huffington's car, killing her 9-year-old daughter, Ashley. But Dumlau got a new trial. He was convicted of lesser charges, and then he was sentenced to just 10 years in prison. Today, filling Ashley's family with rage and tears.
A man who only cared about how he felt and never thought about how his actions could cause harm to others. A selfish man who I feel should never have the chance to live outside the walls of prison because he killed our precious girl.
Because Dumlau has already served 7 years in jail, he's actually eligible to be released immediately.
All right, a crime alert. A man is stabbed in the South Bay and his attacker is still on the loose tonight. This happened this morning at Broadway in Naples. The attacker tried stealing the victim's backpack, we're told, and when the victim fought back, that thief stabbed him twice and then just ran off. Police believe there may be a connection to another stabbing at the nearby Walmart just hours earlier.
The local Jewish community is relieved to hear that the man allegedly behind bomb threats at several Jewish community centers across the country, including one in La Jolla, that man behind bars. Juan Thompson is accused of making up the threats to frame his ex-girlfriend. Members at the Lawrence family JCC say they can't thank the FBI and local authorities enough, making this investigation one of their top priorities.
I think the relationship between law enforcement and the Jewish community in San Diego is very strong. We feel very protected.
There were 3 threats called in against the Lawrence family JCC.
All right, we are back here in the 10 News Live Center with another check on breaking news and update to a story we've been following all afternoon. The manhunt in San Ysidro for suspects. You see, at one point, police clearing a trolley, taking passengers off so they could look for them, saying that a pedestrian was robbed. Well, I've got some more video I want to take you to as well. The 10 News breaking news tracker capturing this. You see police dressing up a suspect. So they got someone. They're putting his hat and jacket back on so that they can bring the victim over and look at him and identify him as the person who did this to him. Well, it looks like he was identified because here you see in this picture with the hat and jacket back on, his hands behind his back, police putting the suspect back into the back seat of a squad car, and they tore down the scene. So it looks like they caught the person who robbed someone at San Ysidro. Back to you.
All right, Brian, thank you. We have new information on how long customers are waiting to get their refund for those exploding washing machines. Team 10 First exposed that problem last year. Well, since then, Samsung has recalled millions of those washing machines. But the recall came a little too late for one local woman.
We just heard bang, bang. First thing I thought, I could be dead or I could be really hurt.
Wow. Samsung is now telling customers it takes 4 to 6 weeks to process their refunds, and that's if the paperwork is filled out properly. We have a link with more information on about how to get your money back on our website at 10news.com. Just click on the red television button.
We have new developments. A pair of 11 and 13-year-old boys being blamed for causing this destruction, a lot of destruction, at a special needs school. Students, parents, and teachers came back from a long week break, found it looking like this. The bathrooms, the pool area, the closets, all vandalized.
Everything in the room was thrown into the pool. Water was left on. There was about 2 inches of water flooding the whole area. They had defecated in the pool, which was disgusting.
That is gross. This is Sacramento. Deputies arrested the boys, charged them with vandalism, and then released them to their parents.